What if I told you that some of Hollywood's biggest action icons, the ones who once ruled the silver screen as invincible, straight-talking tough guys, were secretly living a lie? Behind the adrenaline-pumping fight scenes, the explosive blockbusters, and the charmed lives, there was a truth they couldn't reveal: their love for men. In a time when being gay could shatter careers, these legends kept their true selves hidden, even from their closest friends and fans. Here are 15 action legends who lived in the shadows, hiding their sexuality until death. And some of them never got the chance to reveal it. Number 15, James Dean. James Dean became the ultimate rebel icon. His brooding intensity in just 3 major films created an immortal legacy. Dean's sexuality was always the subject of speculation. He had documented relationships with both men and women. His rumored affairs included actors and actresses alike. Dean never publicly addressed his private life. His performances in East of Eden, Rebel Without a Cause, and Giant revolutionized screen acting. He brought a new psychological depth to his characters. His method approach influenced generations of actors. Dean's troubled relationship with his father informed his performance. He found father figures in directors like Elia Kazan. His friendship with Sal Mineo contained homoerotic undertones. These same themes appeared in Rebel Without a Cause. Dean's passion for fast cars ultimately led to his downfall. He died tragically in a car accident at age 24. This early death preserved him forever as an enigmatic figure. Various biographers have claimed different truths about his sexuality. Some friends described him as bisexual, others as gay. Dean's mystery and ambiguity became part of his lasting appeal. He represented the complexity of sexuality that defied simple labels. His brief career suggested greatness that would never be fulfilled. Number 14, Tab Hunter. Tab Hunter was a matinee idol with millions of adoring fans. Teenage girls plastered his pictures on their bedroom walls, but Hunter harbored a secret that could destroy his career. He had a hidden love affair with fellow actor Anthony Perkins. The studios arranged dates with women to maintain his image. They created fake romances for the gossip magazines. Hunter had to smile for cameras while hiding his true self. Only decades later, in his 2005 memoir, Tab Hunter Confidential, did he finally reclaim his truth. He spoke openly about the pain of living a lie. He revealed how the studio system forced him into a role both on and off screen. Number 13, Anthony Perkins. Anthony Perkins terrified audiences as Norman Bates in Psycho. On screen, he portrayed intense and troubled characters. Off screen, he lived a double life. Perkins married Barry Berenson in 1973 to maintain his public image, but he had secret relationships with men throughout his life. His struggle to balance his career and identity haunted him. The pressure to conform took a toll on his mental health. He feared discovery at every turn. Hollywood gossip followed him constantly. Perkins never came out publicly during his lifetime. He died from AIDS-related pneumonia in 1992. Only after his death did the full story of his life emerge. His struggle represented the painful choice many stars faced between truth and career. Number 12, Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift earned 4 Oscar nominations for his intense performances. His enigmatic presence captivated audiences. He carefully dodged questions about his private life. Those close to him knew he loved both men and women. Hollywood whispered about his sexuality constantly. Clift chose to live mostly in New York to avoid Hollywood's intense spotlight. His refusal to play the publicity game damaged his career. Clift brought a new kind of masculine vulnerability to the screen. His performances in From Here to Eternity and A Place in the Sun showed remarkable depth. He partnered with Elizabeth Taylor in several films. She became one of his closest allies and protectors. A devastating car accident in 1956 left him physically and emotionally scarred. The accident changed his beautiful face forever. He turned to alcohol and pills for relief. His addictions worsened as his career declined. Studios became reluctant to hire him due to his unreliability. His final years were marked by pain and isolation. Clift never publicly addressed his sexuality. He died at just 45, his secrets intact. His struggle with identity and fame created a template for tortured artists that followed. His brief but brilliant career showed what might have been possible without the burden of secrecy. Number 11. Dirk Bogarde. British heartthrob Dirk Bogarde captivated audiences with his intensity and charm. He never publicly came out during his lifetime, but his lifelong partnership with manager Anthony Forwood was an open secret in the industry. They lived together for over 40 years. Bogarde bravely took roles that hinted at his truth. His performance in Victim, 1961, as a lawyer being blackmailed for homosexuality, was groundbreaking. Later in life, his writings revealed profound sadness at never being able to live openly. He wrote coded messages in his memoirs. Bogarde chose art and subtle resistance over the public declaration. His later career choices reflected his desire to tell authentic stories about hidden lives. Number 10. George Nader. George Nader stood on the edge of stardom in the 1950s. Handsome and talented, studios groomed him for leading roles, but his career was sacrificed to protect Rock Hudson from exposure. When Confidential magazine threatened to publish an expose on Hudson, Universal Studios offered Nader as a substitute target. His career in Hollywood ended abruptly. Nader moved to Europe and later wrote science fiction. He lived quietly with his partner Mark Miller for over 50 years. They were together until Nader died in 2002. Nader chose love over fame. His loyalty to both Miller and Hudson showed remarkable character. His story reveals how studios sometimes sacrificed one career to save another more profitable one. Number 9. Jack Larson. Jack Larson became famous for playing Jimmy Olsen in Adventures of Superman. The role typecasted him as the innocent, boyish photographer. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Larson lived quietly and proudly as a gay man. He never pretended to be someone else. His relationship with filmmaker James Bridges lasted over 3 decades, until Bridges died in 1993. Larson transitioned from acting to playwriting and producing. He avoided the publicity machine that forced others to lie. Larson lived his truth with dignity. He represented a different path, one where authenticity mattered more than stardom. His long-term relationship with Bridges showed that lasting love was possible even in an intolerant era. Number 8. Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson became the poster boy for 1950s masculinity. His charm and leading man looks made women swoon. Men wanted to be him, but his entire public persona was just a mask. Behind the scenes, Hudson endured fake marriages. He had secret romances with men. He lived in constant terror of exposure. The studios protected their investment at all costs. They arranged dates with famous actresses. They created stories about his romantic pursuits with women. Hudson starred in dozens of romantic comedies opposite Doris Day. The irony was painful for him. His agent Henry Wilson created his stage name to sound more masculine. His real name was Roy Scherer Jr. Hudson played the game perfectly. He smiled at the cameras. He danced with actresses at clubs. He gave interviews about his search for the right woman. But at home, he lived in fear. Only when he was dying of AIDS in 1985 did the world finally see the truth. His diagnosis shattered the illusion Hollywood had carefully built around him. His death marked the end of an era of secrets. His legacy now includes being one of the first major celebrities to die from AIDS-related complications. Number 7. Cesar Romero. Cesar Romero charmed audiences with his debonair style. He became immortalized as the original Joker in the Batman television series. Behind closed doors, his queerness was an open secret in Hollywood. Unlike many stars, Romero made no effort to marry or chase women. He lived his truth with charm and discretion. Romero attended Hollywood events alone or with friends. He never denied his sexuality when asked directly. He simply changed the subject with characteristic grace. His career spanned decades without a major scandal. He played Latin lovers and sophisticated gentlemen with equal ease. Romero came from wealth. His family had status in Cuban society. This financial independence allowed him more freedom than many actors. He didn't need to conform to keep working. His role as the Joker introduced him to a new generation of fans. He famously refused to shave his mustache for the role. The makeup team simply applied white face paint over it. Romero maintained his career without compromising his private life. He found a balance that worked within the constraints of his time. His approach represented a quiet resistance to Hollywood's demands for conformity. Romero's elegance and dignity kept him working well into his 80s. Number 6. Farley Granger. Farley Granger captivated audiences with his handsome, boyish looks. He starred in Hitchcock classics like Rope and Strangers on a Train. Unlike many actors of his era, Granger refused to hide. He openly had relationships with both men and women. This radical honesty came at a professional cost. The studios couldn't control him. They eventually stopped offering him prime roles. Granger chose Broadway and European films instead. In his 2007 memoir, he spoke frankly about his relationships with men, including screenwriter Arthur Lawrence. Granger's refusal to play by Hollywood's rules showed remarkable courage. He chose authenticity over stardom and lived on his terms. Number 5. Randolph Scott. Randolph Scott embodied the ultimate cowboy hero in over 100 films. Tall, rugged, and soft-spoken, he defined Western masculinity. Scott shared a home and possibly a life with Cary Grant for over a decade. Their bachelor bungalow became legendary in Hollywood circles. Publicity photos showed them in domestic bliss. They wore matching robes and shared household duties. Both eventually married women, but their bond remained strong. Scott became one of the most reliable box office draws in Westerns. His stoic presence defined the genre for a generation. His collaboration with director Bud Boetticher created several classic Westerns. These films showed Scott at his most iconic. His final film, Ride the High Country, provided a perfect career capstone. Scott went on to marry twice, but questions about his sexuality persisted. He never addressed the rumors. He invested his earnings wisely in real estate. He became one of the wealthiest stars in Hollywood. The true nature of Scott and Grant's relationship remains speculated upon by historians. Their companionship represented one of Hollywood's most enduring partnerships. Scott's legacy as a Western hero remains untarnished by the rumors. His dignity and restraint made him beloved by audiences and colleagues alike. Number 4. Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy built his career on tough guy roles and everyman characters. His apparent relationship with Katharine Hepburn lasted decades. Many now believe this relationship was arranged or exaggerated by studios. Persistent rumors of Tracy's relationships with men followed him throughout his career. He remained married to Louise Treadwell until his death, though they lived separately. Tracy struggled with alcoholism and inner demons. His Catholic guilt reportedly troubled him deeply. Tracy won 2 consecutive Academy Awards in the 1930s. His naturalistic acting style influenced countless performers. He made 9 films with Hepburn, creating one of cinema's great partnerships. Their on-screen chemistry was undeniable. The truth about their off-screen relationship remains complicated. Tracy never divorced his wife, citing religious reasons. He supported her work in founding a school for deaf children. Their son was deaf, and this shaped Tracy's commitment to his family. The truth about Tracy's sexuality remains contested by historians. What's clear is that his public image was carefully constructed. The gap between his screen persona and private reality likely caused tremendous personal pain. Tracy's final film, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, showed his enduring talent. He died just 17 days after completing it. Number 3. Ramon Novarro. Ramon Novarro rose to fame as a silent film star and major heartthrob. His role in Ben-Hur, 1925, made him an international sensation. Novarro's homosexuality was an open secret in Hollywood circles. Studio executives at MGM pressured him to maintain a heterosexual public image. He never married, citing his Catholic faith as the reason. Novarro kept his private life carefully guarded. His career faded with the arrival of sound pictures. Tragically, Novarro was murdered in 1968 by two brothers he had invited to his home. They believed he had hidden money in the house. His death highlighted the dangers gay men faced when meeting potential partners. His legacy shows how vulnerable closeted celebrities were to exploitation and violence. Number 2. Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr became a television icon as Perry Mason and later as Robert Ironside. His private life remained carefully guarded throughout his career. Burr invented elaborate stories about past marriages. He created a fictional son who had died of leukemia. These fabrications helped deflect questions about his personal life. In reality, Burr lived with his partner Robert Benavides for over 30 years. They built businesses together, including a vineyard. Studio executives and publicists helped maintain Burr's fictional biography. Only after he died in 1993 did the truth about his life emerge fully. Burr's elaborate deceptions show the extraordinary lengths gay actors went to protect their careers and privacy. Number 1. Robert Reed. Robert Reed entered American homes weekly as Mike Brady on The Brady Bunch. He portrayed the ideal suburban father figure. Behind the scenes, Reed kept his sexuality hidden throughout his career. He married but later divorced. Reed frequently clashed with producers over the show's scripts. His perfectionism masked deeper frustrations about living inauthentically. Cast members knew about his sexuality but kept his secret. Reed never came out publicly during his lifetime. He died in 1992 from colon cancer, with HIV as a contributing factor. Only after his death did his sexuality become widely known. Reed's story shows how gay men often found themselves playing heterosexual ideals on screen while hiding their truth off camera. So what does this reveal about the price of fame and the lengths these stars had to go to just to survive in Hollywood's unforgiving spotlight? These hidden stories remind us that even the strongest heroes have secrets. If you want to uncover more shocking truths about the lives of Hollywood's biggest icons, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next.